Hello everybody, welcome to Chapter 4. So there's some pretty big things coming at us. The Lord has taken every single territory. He's going to come at us probably in the next few minutes, to be honest. Beginning of a new year. We got a lot going on. We got the blacksmith up finally, so we can start making focused iron parts. If I just had one crossbow unit, we could take anybody right now. So I'm pretty afraid. The mercenaries that we can only afford are the Wayward Sons. I can't afford these light infantry. And I don't believe I'm going to be able to get the treasury up sufficiently enough to recruit anybody. We could try. We're up to 56% now, so that's really, really good. So let's take a look. Are there any bandit camps or anything I could do to get a quick buck right now? No, there are not. So we're going to have to fight him in a really intelligent way. I think what we're going to do is lead him down into this bridge area here. Let's take a look. Where, if we hire the mercenaries, will they come? Do. They don't always come where they say they are, but they're going to come from over here. So if I can lead them across this bridge, I can get side shots and I can defeat them. So this is going to be a really interesting battle. Let's speed this up. Oop, just dropped to 46%. Everything will be all right. We're getting everything going. Things are in a really good place for us, so I'm not too concerned. Food's coming in. We're going to be above 50% here in no time. The big kicker for us, though, is getting those families in, because we do need more soldiers. Now, oh my gosh. Okay, so he's coming already. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is immediately order the Wayward Sons. And we need to get them moving. Let's see where they're coming from. Okay, so they are actually coming from all the way over here. So there's a bridge right here we could fight at, and then there's the bridge over here we can fight at. So I'm going to get these guys running. And I'm going to summon all of my men down here. We're going to use our main army. Let's bait them as a team. Actually, we might be able to get some pop shots off. So I'm going to get everybody over here. I'm going to run the timer as much as I can to allow these gents over here to get as close to this as possible. I think if we can get them to come and try to cross this bridge, we're going to be able to kill everybody. But we need to make sure we don't screw up, and we need to make sure we proc the actual battle. So let's just give it a few more moments. We do have some time. I think, they're going to be a little tuckered out, but it's going to be okay. So what we want to do is position these gents in the thinnest line possible. Get some pop shots. We're going to do shoot at will there and shoot at will here. You have to do shoot at will for this to work. Mainly because we don't like will, but also because it gives a massive increase. And we need to get as many side shots as possible. Okay. We're doing pretty decent over here, so let them kind of catch up. All right, we're gonna do it now. Enemies declared, and we're gonna hold ourselves here. The battle is in this area, so we need to make sure that the battle starts. I think my whole army has to be present, so I'm kind of worried about these guys being down here. But yeah, we need to lead them, and we have to have a present army. There we go. Battle begins. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's do this. We're going to position our men down here. I need to make sure they don't burn everything to the ground. And we want to get... yeah, we don't have too many men. We want to get these guys on the side down here. Shoot at will. Also on the side down here. Shoot at will. I'm going to keep these guys here off to the side. Shoot at will. And we're going to try to bottleneck this spot as far back as possible to allow for shots and put them into a stand your ground. Now, the enemy should just charge straight at us. We left the circle. See what happens. I think the circle should move. There we go. Yep, circle will move. They're going to come right for us. All right, that's perfect. So these guys I'm going to place right here. Here they come already. Get everybody in the position. All right. So this is where the magic happens. And yeah, we need to get all of these guys right there. They're charging forward. I told you to stand your freaking ground. Okay. And yeah, these guys too. So if I can get some side shots off, that's where the magic's really going to happen. These guys need to run. Their archers are shooting mine, and you know that's gonna suck, but we'll get over it. Important is we get these side shots with point blank shot, basically. Fire at will. Fire at will increases damage at close range, so we're gonna start ripping them apart. Yeah, you can see we're killing even armored soldiers and stuff with bows. This is the trick to using archers appropriately. A lot of people say archers suck, and they are right. They do suck. They're a little difficult to use, but in the right, like this, you can use them like this. They're beautiful. All right. Yeah, we're doing a good job. And then we're gonna immediately run over. Cool. There we go. Side shots. We're gonna scare these gents off. We got the brigands over here. We got archers over here. I'm gonna move these guys a little bit closer. We actually haven't lost any retinue yet, which is pretty surprising. Let's speed this up. Okay. So here's the dealio. We have done a really good job of killing everybody. I am going to run forward with my units here. And I'm gonna run forward with these units. Keep my archers back here. I want to get back in the circle, so we're gonna do that. Perfect. Having a little bit of a difficulty. Okay, broken. All right, now we just need to find those archers. I'm gonna bring everybody over here. Speed this up. No idea where those archers are. Oh, here they are. Get everybody in here. All right. There it is. Are there more? All right, we won. Oof. That's how you do that with all archers. My God. That was kind of a nightmare. Okay, yeah. Let's put everybody back to work. We did it. That was pretty intense. Now we're going to start working on getting crossbowmen up. So I am going to switch over here to crossbows. Production limit on that is going to be 100. And don't worry about that limiting how many crossbowmen you have. Once the crossbowman is formed, it doesn't factor it in. We're going to take out an archer. And we're going to eventually weed out all of our archers. But crossbows will start being produced. We definitely need to get our retinue up to max if we're going to continue to be jerks like this. So let me see what I got here. We need 10 logs. Not bad. We're in good spot with everything right there. This is glorious. So that was pretty intense. I didn't know if I was going to lose there. I almost just lost the whole game. So that was embarrassing. All right, we need to get the foragers going again. So I'm going to put 2 and 1. And we need to get families coming in. I have no one to build anything, but we have 7 free spots. So we're just going to let it play out, get some more families, and catch up. Look at that. 10 crossbow, man. Those 10 crossbowmen would have shredded. Okay, so what we witnessed and what happened to us will never happen again. We need to continue to deck out all of these to tier 3, get the families coming in. We're at 59%. We're going to get there as fast as possible. We got a 10% tax. The money's coming in. We got 96 in the treasury. We got a lot of money over here. Let's get ourselves another ox. Now, you're probably wondering, why don't you just get, you know, an animal thing? I don't know. Like, it would be smart. I'm gonna be honest, there's kind of like this like lottery thing or like gambling thing. I like clicking that button. Realistically, I'm just addicted to clicking that order ox button. All right, we got that settlement level. All right, we're tanking a little bit because of the taxes, but you know we're gonna get there. So I'm gonna get the advanced skinning, and that's gonna help us out tremendously in keeping up multiple food types. You can see we're going through the meat. Got 190 veggies, 138 berries, 164 bread, 91 apples. We got 4 food types right there. We introduce that meat. That's gonna be wonderful because that's 5 food types, and we only need 4 on those tier 3s. So we're in a place where pretty much everything can be upgraded, and that's a beautiful place to be. So we got pretty much everything we need. So let's look. We got 100% across the board. We don't need to do another granary. Actually, that's not true because we're going into the tier 4 food. So we are going to need 1 additional granary. Now, I'm storing everything here. Now, what I wanted to do was have a runner granary up here. And another thing is, it's like, wow, TactiCat, that granary is really, really far away from, you know, everything, right? So if you've watched my food guide, only 8,000 of you had. It's incredibly insightful, and it explains how all this works. So food is consumed from granaries first, all right? And it's magically, like through the ether, through the air. The only time it's consumed from a market stall is if that's the only place that it exists. So all foods are eaten equally. So say I consume, we're going to keep it simple. Say I have 4 food types and I consume 20. It's going to consume 5 of each. So let's say I have no meat. It will consume 5 veggies, 5 berries, 5 bread, 5 apples. It will consume it from the granary first and then the market stall. So if I always have those food items in the granary, I only stock, like, the market stall could have, is stocked with the meat, the apples, and the bread. These could have been here from 5 years ago, as long as I'm always stocking the granary. So you don't actually have to restock market stalls ever, as long as you have those food items meeting consumption in your granary. So you can have your granaries further away. But pantry items are a totally, like, food consumed from the pantries of a burgage plot, like these 33 apples, but they're not factored in unless there is nothing existing in market stalls and nothing existing in granaries. So there's multiple calculations. I have a whole guide on this. It's pretty crazy. But just to tell you the science, what this means essentially, if you don't give a crap about all that, you know, numbers and blah, 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 The Matrix was an okay movie type stuff, you can build your granaries far away. What matters is gathering things out of the pantry as quickly as possible. So having a granary that just does apples and one worker, even if he's not doing a market stall, that's going to aid your bottom line. So having those things is pretty sweet. We, on the other hand, though, are going to use this gent as a market stall. So I have a lot of people that I need. I do need to get some of these burgage plots up. We have 9 and plus 2. I'm just going to run the clock and get some more people. We are getting a good amount of crossbowmen. I'm going to remove the archer, and I'm going to get us one more crossbow. I'm actually going to remove archers entirely. So I changed my mind. We're getting rid of archers. And we're going to need to get more people in the logging camp. We're out of logs. We're out of everything. I think we have one gent in the forester. That's a beautiful thing right there. And we're doing wonderful. I mean, all things considered, not the worst day of our lives. And we have 73 shoes. So now we can get into the shoe business. We are the Al Bundys of Manor Lords. Not exactly what I thought I'd be doing today, but all right, let's export. We're producing 100 of these, so we're going to export anything over 50. We need 160 for that route, but that is a beautiful route to have. We got families moving in. We got people who are happy, joyous, and free. We're not even at full apples yet, and everybody's doing a fantastic job. Got a little bit of barley. We have 13 malt. It looks like we're 81 ale. We're going to be in a position where we can start trading ale because we're mass producing it, so that's pretty sweet. We need to kind of just see how things play out. We're going to order a horse for the trade post. We haven't even done that yet. And we're going to set the livestock assignment for that horse. We'll order another one here soon too. But we're in really good shape. Money's going to start coming in a little bit faster now, especially because we're getting 2 per family on these tier 3s. Going to probably need a little bit more clay here. Church was upgraded in the previous episodes. We're in good shape. I may need to bury some bodies, but I definitely have a lot to do. So, these gents up here don't have drinking water. I believe I had 2 wells. The tier 1 well does 15 burgage plots, and the tier 2 well can supply up to 50. So what we're going to do is try to look for a place we can place another well. I'm going to do it right here in the middle of all this. Now, they will have to travel all the way down here for that, which is kind of crappy. But, you know, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. This isn't about the same distance. They only have to go so many times. Now, we're getting double meat and double hides off that, so that's really going to help us with the shoe business. We got a lot of good catalysts coming. Unfortunately, we'll probably be wise to just completely remove the tax at this point because we don't even have much to tax. And get the 2 families per month coming in so we can get production back up and start really hammering things out. Alright, we got the bloomery going, got the clay furnace doing its thing, we got woodcutters doing their thing. 5 months of fuel. Forest is not happy. Nobody is happy. So let's look at this one more time. Looking good. It's looking good. I think we're actually okay on berries. I'm bringing in enough. I don't need to bring in the whole 440 per year unless I want to sell them. And at a certain point, food does rot. Spoilage is pretty substantial year over year. So you really just want to kind of dial into what you're consuming plus or minus just a tad bit to account for droughts and just randomness of the game. But overall, we've kept our animals in one place and haven't glitched them out. I think everything is doing hunky-dory. 100% across the board. So yeah, if I don't do... we have 20 constructed burgage plots now. So if I don't do any more burgage plots, I'm not going to need any additional market stalls. So right now we're just growing families, and that's a beautiful thing. And the crossbowmen are going up pretty well. A granary right here. Eek. Man, we got a lot of food. Got a lot of barley. Pretty good. Pretty good, I'm not going to lie. Burgage plots are all fully staffed there. Oh man. Yeah, we're going to get some wells up here soon. Yeah, they don't have any water access. What a shame. So, yeah, we need to definitely get a worker. Trying to think where I could pull some workers from. Looks like I'm gonna have to... I remember last video, I was like, I hate min-maxing and moving people, but I kind of have to at this point. We need to get this well up. Get people happy. Alright, we're above... Yeah, we were above 77% for a second. That was good. Alright, new families moving in. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna put 2 families in the forager hut. I stopped, so you're probably wondering, like, why am I not doing herb gardens? Right now, herbs don't do anything. At a future point, they're going to be a medicine, and they can be used to stave off diseases and all types of stuff. They're a really good early trade item, but what happens is it creates a logistical cost on your granary workers who have to come and grab that stuff. Now, you can trade them, but again, going into my trade guide, I found that using 1 trade post usually yields the most money with the current mechanics, which are really wonky. And I won't go into all that. That's the way I do it. And if you want to know why, you can watch one of my other episodes that go into that. But because of that, you really want to focus on 4 to 5 trade items, and so that's why I don't do low-value trade items, essentially. So that's why I don't buy herbs. And so I stick to things that make a lot of money. Right now, warbows aren't going to make a whole lot of money. We're going to wait until we have enough crossbows for our entire army, and then we'll go back to warbow production. We have a 150. We really need to start selling items that we can mass produce. Planks are a good one to sell. We're selling them by hand. Stone we have 99 of right now, so we don't need to purchase any. Berries, bread, these are all good exports too. Bread, ale is a good export. Wool is an amazing export. Charcoal is probably one of the better exports. But we're unfortunately just not there yet. So we need a little bit more, and we can start getting rid of these boots. I think the boots are going to be a huge moneymaker for us. So that's the next thing that we're going to do, is just establish that trade route. But we got to wait until we get some more money. But we got a lot of families moving in, so I think we're in really good shape. Things are finally going our way. Let's get shoes. Right on. Alright, now we're going to start trading shoes. That's going to bring in a lot of money. Start taxing that in a little bit. Luckily, we haven't hit the point where we have a king's tax. Everybody else is doing fantastic. Now I can set it and forget it on my forager hut. I feel like farming is actually exactly where it needs to be with 8 families and everything here. So you can see this modest setup is bringing in an impressive amount of food. Very impressive amount of food. The marketplace is maxed out. Everything is maxed out. I do believe what we're going to need to do now is turn the clay furnace on and just start... one thing I like about pulling in raw materials is you can do it very slowly. Like, I don't have to buy a trade route for iron, and I don't have to buy a trade route for clay. So we're going to want a minimum of 20 clay. But once I start running out, I'll import it. Now, what you want to do when you're in that situation is just make sure you're capping your production so you don't go crazy. So we're going to say at any given time we want 40 clay roof tiles. That way we can we don't have to pay out the wazoo to get clay. We can make our own tiles. I like to produce the majority of my own things. Now, I didn't even do chickens. I didn't do anything in these backyard extensions. Quite honestly, I didn't need to, but, you know, eggs are kind of cool in that they offset the consumption of other goods, which makes them easier to maintain. But realistically, or another ox, it's not difficult to do these things. Let's upgrade this stone well just for bits and giggles, to be honest. We don't need to. And it looks like we finally have full mature apple trees. You see, you have 260 apples, 264 veggies. So you can see just these 2 veggie farms and this, you know, light setup here is feeding quite a bit. We've got 132 people, but we're going to have a lot more. And I think we're going to hit our capacity here relatively soon. But yes, we do have quite a bit to do here. in terms of upgrading everybody. Boyer, we're not going to do tier 3. These gents over here are going to go to tier 3 as soon as possible. I think what's holding me back right now is lumber. So we're going to put 3 people in here. Perfection. And now we can get this up. We can always pull back on this stuff later. You can see the forester is starting to replant a lot of trees, so that's a wonderful thing right there. And we're going to keep just moving forward as fast as possible. This is the gravy train right here. This is beautiful, though. Oh, I'm liking that. That is a good one. You gotta love this game. It's just so graphically pleasing. But this village is starting to really turn out well. I think we're making good strides. We got 50 crossbowmen now. We have the capacity to start doing a lot. Now we needed 10 timber in order to get to the next stage. So we're just gonna keep trekking along. We do have, yes, look at this. Yeah, we can get these guys to tier 3, get the families coming in. This is beautiful. Looks like we're still waiting on some families to move into those homes over there. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Alright, we have a granary up here if we want to start putting apples. We're not quite there, even though there's nothing there. We don't want to do any stalls with this worker. It's going to be logistics. We have 4 extra people now, so that's really cool. We're going to put 1, 2 people and order another horse into the trading post. We're going to really start kicking off the trade now. Hunting camp is doing really well with just 1 person there, which is honestly really crazy. And yeah, the money is starting to flow in. Everything is starting to go our way finally. I think we're at that point where we're basically unbeatable. That's a good place to be. Tier 2. Yep, all these guys are tier 2s. These are tier 3s. The guys up here need to be upgraded to tier 3, but looks like we're a little bit low on boards. I'm going to come down here and see what's going on. 5 timber, 14 planks. Yeah, they're having a little bit of a trouble getting the wood in, so they'll catch up. It looks like you can see that there's a drought in our area, it looks like. Everything looks really ugly. Oh, it's December. It's winter. I was like, what happened? Alright. We got plenty of food, though, and we got 5 food types, so we're at a really good equilibrium. It does appear that fuel is starting to become an issue, which is kind of weird. We are selling some of it, so we're just going to boot the woodcutter lodge up. And we'll get our next level here in a second. So we can go into coal. I don't think we even need like honey, to be honest. I think it'd just be a waste of people. So we could probably go into irrigation for droughts. But the next thing I think I want to do is charcoal. And we can start making charcoal and selling charcoal as another trade item. It's a really, really good one. Especially like this, I had, you know, a rich deposit of animals and really good farmland, but no other kind of industry. Go into charcoal making. One, it reduces, you know, it doubles the amount of firewood that you're producing, basically, because 1 firewood is the 2 charcoal, and then you can sell it. It's just amazing. Amazing. And yeah, we got families moving in, and we definitely have the people for it. Right now, I think we're missing just the equipment. I would have liked to have gotten a joiner's workshop up. So that sucks. Yeah, if I could get a joiner's workshop up, we could really do a whole lot here. Alright, this guy's going to tier 3. Let's see what else we got going on. These guys up here are getting close. We just need the materials. I think we're missing, again, wood. But we got a lot going on over here. I feel like we do definitely have enough ox at this point. We have 12 that can do any of the household movements of wood, and we got 4 dedicated to farming. So a pretty good setup. Alright, we got a lot of people now. So I'm going to max out the trade post. Still waiting on those horses to arrive. Alright. Yeah, we don't need really more than 3 foragers. We're not going to try to hit the max on berries. I don't think it's necessary. If it becomes necessary, I can boot it up 1 more family. Let's get these guys to tier 3. Really, really awesome. Gonna increase pantry, gonna increase the amount of workers. I don't really worry about what jobs these people do because of how efficient they are. They typically can do everything pretty well. I honestly don't even care if they farm. They do a good job of when they put their minds to it. There we go. This is looking great. And we're gonna put 1 individual here just to help out with logistics. And I don't want any of this stuff stored there. All I want here is apples and probably veggies to assist with that. I don't even need to do this. I'm just doing it because I can. And they're going to upgrade that to a large granary. Yeah, I don't even need to. Get that guy to tier 3. Alright, perfection. Mostly everybody is tier 3 now, except for the artisans. Once I up them to tier 3, any worker that comes in there is going to be dedicated to that job, and they're kind of useless to you. Alright, tier 3. There we got our settlement level. We're going to go straight into charcoal. This is going to be fantastic because we really, really need another trade item. So let's go to gathering, charcoal maker, and we can put the charcoal maker right next to all these houses. Something about that just feels wrong, but also at the same time so right. All right, so we have the trading post here and the storehouse here, the firewood over there. I'm gonna put it right here on the other side. It's close enough to the animals that it shouldn't piss them off too much. The good position. Our army is 36 out of 36. Cool. We're just gonna keep making crossbowmen. We don't need too much. I need 10 timber so that I can upgrade the manor once we start gathering more forces. But we can just use the bridges to pretty much fight off any enemy. And the crossbowmen can usually murk an entire unit in one go. But look at that. 15 more families are going to be moving in here soon. We're above 79%. Let's come up here and let's actually start taxing at 6%. I think we can still stay above 75 if we do it correctly. Got a lot of positives. Got all the foods. Got everything going for us. Can double up on those houses. Not bad. Oh yeah. We're gonna get a lot of veggies now though. With all those families. Kind of interesting how the tier 3 houses can look different. I mean, these are all tier 3 houses. These two are small. This one's huge. This one's just like, oh, we'll just put it in the side. Kind of funny. Didn't have as many apple trees either, but yeah, I like it. Gives some uniqueness to it. We have 7 free families now. Alright, barley's doing great. Everything seems to be doing pretty well. I can't really see any 257 ale. Okay. I think it's time to start selling any excess alcohol. Gotta be a little careful with this, but at the same time, it's just gonna rot. So we're gonna do anything over 150. I'm gonna purchase that route. So yeah, and then the next one for sure is gonna be charcoal. I think that's in, I don't think that's commodities. There's a lot of good stuff. Crafting and fuel. There we go. So export, right? So we're going to export any coal we have over 150. And I'm going to buy that trade route. Charcoal kiln, we're going to put 2 people in there. I'm going to get 3 people on the woodcutter. Make sure that we're bringing in enough. Kind of deforesting this whole area. Might need to start rotating here soon. But eventually we're going to get full up on everything and we're going to be in good shape because we do have limits. Typically, you go through this period where you're just burning through resources and then you have more than you can handle. Alright. Well, yeah, right now we're producing a large army, so that also has a cost. We're going to keep these guys at tier 2 for now. We'll upgrade them in a little bit. But everybody is at 100%. Yep. 100% all around. Man, yeah, we're doing awesome. So yeah, between veggies, apples, guy over there, and this guy over here doing their job. Everybody's wonderful. This is pretty sweet, actually. I think the one guy there is fine. Clay furnace is going strong. I don't think we actually need any more clay tiles. We have 48 clay. 40 roof tiles. Ooh, shit. Alright, they're coming from way over there. So, I'm not actually too afraid. Banditos. We don't need a big army for them. Coming from over here. Yeah. So we don't need to worry too much. You can usually shoot down bandits before they even get to you. What we're gonna do is put these, I know this doesn't make sense, but we're gonna put them in single file lines like this. You'd think they would shoot each other in the back, but they'll shoot through themselves and they'll kill anything that comes at them. Alright, yeah, we got a big band of banditos coming. This is actually a little iffy. Yeah, we'd be better off taking them on a bridge. Unfortunately, We might be able to build a bridge. 44. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of them. We're going to do this. Nothing like building a bridge out of thin air to kill a bunch of banditos. This will help us in a lot of ways, though. It's a good spot. Perfect. And we'll do another bridge at another point. That will help us. Good way to spend money. All right, they're going to come. They're going to come right for us, so we can do this. The trick, as I've said before, is to get your guys back as far as they possibly can go. All right. We have 8 free families. I'm not exactly sure what to do with all of them. I'll find something. Here we go. Crossbowmen are stupid powerful. Doesn't look like they're... Yeah, here they come. They're coming right at us. They have no range support, too. I'm wondering if in the future they're going to add range support for bandits, because that definitely would make them a little bit more difficult. Right now, they're just kind of hooligans, right? I mean, they are intimidating enough, but you think they would be a little bit better at their jobs. Here we go. We're going to melt. We're going to melt these fools. Yeah, usually the first volley peppers them, and the second volley, that's when they start falling. There we go. We're going to get those side shots. Go into cinematic mode. Yep, dropped one. Yeah, only the ones that have visibility are getting shots off. Over here, though, it's a lot. As long as we keep these... Yeah, let's get these guys and stand your ground. I mean, they're pushing us a little bit, but every time they push us, we get a bit better of a shot. That's not bad. From the bank right there. Okay. There we are. We did it. Whew. Alright, that was fun. Let's send these guys back home. But that was a pretty big bandito raid. But yeah, I don't think anybody can take us now with 3 crossbow units. We're kind of untouchable. Let's see, what I got? Only 10 lumber. Oh boy. I'm always just spending so much. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next chapter.